We are here with a new story or new content.
Something like
Both.
that.
Something like that. Hey everybody, it's really good to see you again. It's been too long since we did one of these.
Yeah, we've been a little bit busy with
moving, new children,
coronavirus.
Yep. But because of coronavirus and because we're all basically quarantined, we're all just like, I was like, hey, I've got extra time. I'm going to do new things. I'm going to have fun. So that's why we're here.
Originally, I think we were wanting to continue doing our response series with Say and Tale,
yeah. But I released so many chapters ahead of where we were at with the responses that it would just be too much to catch up on at this point. And while I know the story is still being well received by the people reading it, there's just not as many reviews coming in for it. So I figured I'd put my efforts in toward something new. And you also likely know that I've recently finished my Fire Sword series, which has been going on for way too long. I should have finished it way long time ago, but things kept getting in the way. So I've decided to kind of compile the elements of those two series into what is going to be happening now. And I'm sure you can guess from my introduction and from the shirts that we're wearing what the subject matter is going to be. And then there's also All Might, who is like the greatest superhero ever. I'm sorry, Superman, step aside.
Superman, Captain America, and the Tick all had a love child.
That's exactly what that is.
And he is All Might. Anyway, so new fan fiction.
Yes, so the title of this story is going to be called Your Hero Academia. And it's basically, to put it, to be succinct, it's replacing Mineta with a character of my design, because I'll explain more at another time, but I just don't like Mineta. I don't think he should be there at UA, and I wish they would get rid of him, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I decided to take matters into my own hand, and you can see him right here. I'm hoping I've got my hand in the right spot. This character's name is Kurai Hikari, which separately the words don't... So Hikari is the Japanese word for light. Kurai is the word, I believe, for much, and if you put them together, it roughly translates as great light. And as you all know, if you've followed my stories for any length of time, I put a lot of thought into what I name my characters. So take something from that, make it what you will. Blech.
Yeah, so I think rather than a crossover, this is more one of your kind of classic fan fiction setups where you introduce an original character to an existing plot and see how the ripple effect changes.
I always like comparing it to throwing a pebble in a pond. When the ripples, the further out they get, the bigger they are, and the more stuff changes.
So I think this OC is very different from others that you've written in the past.
He's got the most normal personality out of anybody that I've ever made, because Mataris, he's kind of crazy. Goran, he's stubborn. He likes putting his nose in other people's business. Everybody that I've made so far has this, I use this word in the most unironic sense possible. They've got some sort of quirk that makes them
a little bit abrasive in some way.
They've got something that makes them you wouldn't want to meet them in real life because they'd probably get on your nerves.
Mm-hmm. And Kudai's not a Gary Stu. He has his own issues.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He's much. I feel like if I were to meet him in person, I feel like I'd get along with him a lot better than the other original characters that Joe has written in the past. And so it's kind of interesting because instead we have this kind of blank slate happening instead of Mr. Coward Perv who no one cares about.
Yeah. Go away, Mineta.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm actually they can see Kurai. I'm interested to see what they think his quirk is going to be. Mm-hmm. That's something I'm interested to hear.
It's not a crossover.
You
might think it's a crossover because of the way he's dressed.
The way he's dressed and the weapon that he's got. There's any number of things. So I'm interested to see what you guys think his quirk's going to be, because I can almost guarantee nobody's going to get it right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really enjoying this fan fiction so far with everything that
she's been helping me plan out in advance. Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
So new story and a new format too.
Yeah. So like I mentioned before, Fire Sword was the audio series. Say and Tale, I did responses. I'm gonna be blending those together. So right now, what's going to be happening is next video that comes up, the time that we're using now is going to be used to respond to the reviews that you've left for the prologue that I'll be releasing about a week from now. And then after which you will hear the audio file that I've recorded, which will cover chapter 1. Just like after this, after we're done talking here, you guys are going to hear the prologue of Your Hero Academia. And that's how it's going to go from now on. I'll be releasing an audio chapter / response video every other week. And on the weeks that I'm not releasing the audio chapters, I will be releasing the physical format onto fanfiction.net, where you guys can follow it there.
So, yeah, and we're hoping that we can keep up the pace now that we're getting into the rhythm of having 2 kids.
Yeah, and they're kind of letting us sleep.
So,
kind of.
Yeah. Also, I think the last thing we wanted to talk about
was the artwork. So I kept pointing to Kurt-Eye over here, the handsome devil that he is. But you also might notice I've got Deku on the background, and I don't know how well you can see him. He looks kind of scary.
A little more
honestly.
scary than he normally does, but
I commissioned
very well drawn.
Yes, very, very well drawn. You'll see him a little better. I'm gonna up when I put Your Hero Academia up on fanfiction.net. There will be a cover image, and I had a friend of ours. I commissioned a friend of ours to do the job, and he did phenomenal with it. He did a total of 4 characters, of which you'll see. But mainly what I wanted to say was, I'll put his contact information down in the description below. He goes by Sackcloth Samuel on Instagram. You guys should check out his artwork. He does comics. He does commissions. He even had a pilot for an anime go up at one point called Indigo Ignited, which I was really excited to see.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yes, very talented guy, and right now with everybody quarantined and a lot of small businesses being forced to shut down, we wanted to give them a shout out because Sam and his wife own a small business here in our town, and it was forced to stop providing services for the most part because of all the craziness going on with this virus. And so we wanted to first say, definitely try to support small businesses because they're
the ones that are going to be hurting the most in all this.
And these guys, they've lost a lot of their livelihood because of what's going on. So if you have a commission or a character that you've really wanted someone to render for you,
it can be an original character, it can be a character that already exists. He doesn't have a problem doing either.
Yeah.
And it can be in any format you want to.
Definitely. Contact him. He and his wife also own a little shop in our town. They have an Instagram that we can also post some information on. You can order stuff from them because they do ship. And they also do art tutorials as well as exercise videos because his wife is...
And we're all stuck in our houses right now. You need a reason to get moving? Check them out.
Yeah, definitely. So we just wanted to give them a quick shout out because they've been really cool to do this artwork for us. Yeah. And we're hoping that you guys could support them. So...
I think that's it for now. So we'll see you guys for the next chapter. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the story, about the new character, and I just look forward to hanging out with you guys again. You got anything else?
I think that's about it.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time. Plus Ultra, everybody. This message is meant for Detective Sukuuchi of the Japanese police force, as well as the faculty members of UA High School. Specifically those in charge of the Hero course. For identification purposes, allow me to state that this is being recorded by Kurai Hikari, UA Hero course student and a provisionally licensed hero operating under the alias of the Guardian Hero. You likely already know this and are investigating the incident involving a villain capable of stealing quirks from others. I believe that I can make your job considerably easier. I have attached a large number of files to this message and have the majority of them backed up to another secure location accessible by one Akurui Hikari. I have listed the files under the title Your Hero Academia. The most prevalent files to this case are located toward the proverbial bottom of the stack, though the earlier ones will aid in lending some context to the situation. They all contain the story of Class 1A's struggles, and I entrust their story to your care. They were unique individuals, and I'm proud to have fought beside them for as long as I did. Together we laughed, cried, struggled, celebrated, and went beyond, plus ultra. In the end, they were fine heroes and the greatest friends I could have ever wished for, and I shall miss them all dearly. If,
this message comes off as maudlin or even overdramatic, then I'll ask that you forgive me. This is, after all, the story of how I die.